As we know, autumn is the very best time to plant so many plants around the garden, but spring flowering bulbs in particular, now is the great time to get them in the ground, get them going, ready so that next spring you can have a fantastic display. Go into any of our garden centres and you'll see a huge range, great selection of bulbs to choose from, but where to start? We're going to have a think about some of the things that you need to think about to make sure that you get the very best show next spring. Most important is the quality of the bulbs. When you go into our shops, you'll see on the packaging, it'll tell you that they're from a cultivated stock. This means that they've been checked that they're true to type and that they are high quality. When buying loose bulbs, always good to check the bulb itself, make sure it feels nice and firm, which suggests that it hasn't been exposed to moisture already. These bulbs feel great. The daffodils, nice and tough, nice crispy exterior, no signs of any mould on these. Timing is crucial, like all gardening, and spring is a long period, so we want to make sure we maximise that by having flowers that go right from the beginning of spring until the end. Some bulbs, such as daffodils, notorious for coming up early, so you can plant them earlier in the autumn. Tulips, on the other hand, much later, so you can plant them right up to November, and they may well still be flowering come the following April. On all of the packaging, it will tell you when to plant them and when you can expect flowers. So when I'm selecting my bulbs, I'll always try and pick ones that give me a good spread and plant them together so that my beds, borders and containers have always got something to show. Whenever you're gardening, you need to think about the space that you're working in, be that in a container or a bed or border, and that's going to influence your choice of bulbs. For example, if you've got a particular colour scheme that you're working with, that's going to push you towards what kind of colour bulbs you go for. The good news is there's an incredible range, so you're never going to be short of choice. You're also going to need to consider the height, and with all the bulbs it'll tell you what height they're going to flower at. For example, if you're looking at the front of a border where you want something nice and low that's not going to block what's behind it, things like crocus are fantastic. If you're working further back, some nice high daffodils or fritillaries are going to give you an incredible show that work behind those smaller plants. You do need to think about the number of bulbs that you put into your planting area. It can be tempting to put too many in which case they're going to overcrowd each other and compete for the light. Similarly, you don't want to underdo it so that they are too sparse, as this won't give you the high impact that you want by lots of colour all together. 12 to 15 bulbs together often makes a great display and can give you a really nice natural looking display of colour. But remember, you can't go too far wrong. They'll all look fantastic. It's personal preference, and no matter what you choose, I'm sure you'll get a great display and reward come spring.